I'm going to react and critique the Architectural Digest mansion tour video of Diplo's house in Portland, Jamaica, and compare it to the James Bond house, and you can decide which one you like more. My name is Arvin Haddad. I'm the How to Buy a Mansion guy. I've critiqued over 1,000 mansions. Let's get the show started.
All right, baby, come on. Hey, D. Welcome to Jamaica. This is my place right here. This is the farm, but the house is up on top of the hill. Let's go check it out. We got a bunch of horses on the property. This one's called 𝗕𝗏𝗑𝗑𝗓. It was our first horse. Plus, Jamaica has a really deep horse culture. A lot of polo riders here, a lot of horse racing here, and a lot of horses ride on the beach. We grow a lot of bananas here, a lot of pineapples, a lot of sweet potatoes, sorrel, jackfruit. We have another horse named Lil Wes, and his dad is here. His name is Megan Thee Stallion. Come on, let me.
All right, before we go look at the house, these two properties I'm going to show you guys are very different. This one is a compound. It's a farm. It's got 64 acres of land and a house hillside at the top of the hill overlooking. The other property is actually a movie set, but I'm sure you can find very similar properties like that in Jamaica. That's oceanfront, you're on the water, and it's also a little bit of a compound, but very different than this property because it sits on a way smaller parcel of land.
Let me show you the house. It's called Pompeii. We're here in Portland, Jamaica. This is the entryway. I love that you can walk through the house and you already see a sort of picture of what we have. All
right, let's stop it right there. First thing I noticed, this is a hillside property. You're entering from the top level and you got to take stairs to go down to the swimming pool area. And architecturally, it's a modern architectural, poured concrete. It's a Brazilian kind of take on modern architecture. It blends well with the nature, with the wood elements that have been added to the concrete to make it very earthy. Then you got the palette of the nature, which is green, jungle. Then you got the concrete gray and the brown wood that it's all throughout the property. It's a very balanced palette. It's been around for a very long time. It works and it's pleasant to the eye.
The wilderness of Jamaica. A landscape for me is a piece of art. So we frame it like that. I've been coming to Jamaica for almost 20 years to record, to make music. We've done a lot of concerts here. I have a group called 𝗕𝗓𝗄𝗓, and we've had some huge records. And I think I owe a lot of my success to this place, to Jamaica.
A ton of celebrities have been going to Jamaica. It's a little bit under the radar. It's not your 𝗕𝗪𝗄𝗓 or St. Bart, but mostly the artistic crew really goes there. A lot of writers, musicians go there for, as their second home or vacation place to get inspiration. Some notable names would be Elizabeth Taylor. Another one famous writer is Ian Fleming, which actually wrote all the 007 novels, and he actually used Jamaica as a movie set and location in a lot of his stories, including Dr. No, No Time to Die, and many other books that he wrote.
The ambient sound of this place is birds, dance hall, wind, waves. I love all those sounds, and that's kind of what Jamaica is. It's beautiful, peaceful, but also electric and crazy all the time. I found a 50-acre piece of land, and I had a vision for what I wanted to build, and 7 years later, we've got it finished, and it's really a beautiful place, and it's what I call my home away from home. Let's go through the house. This is our main dining table. This is where we all eat. Everything is open air. That's what I love about Jamaica. And this pool, this infinity pool, just kind of like hovers over the jungle. Like when you get in the pool, you just have a view of this amazing little valley right here at my farm. And it really is like the heart of the whole house, where everybody can meet, they can eat, they can party, they can swim, they can relax. And all the bedrooms kind of flow into this area, and I love that. The mural is made by Sophia Londono. It's plant cells, designed in California, and then she came with all the pieces here and laid it out and put it on our wall.
Okay, that's not really Jamaican in nature. So again, we're kind of deviating architecturally speaking. It's not really Jamaican. It's more, modern architecture. And, a lot of the accents also are not Jamaican. So it looks cool, beautiful, but it's not really a Jamaican home.
For us, and it's one of my favorite parts of the house. It's also an outdoor shower, so you can just stand there and relax and cool off. My neighbor made this beautiful bench. His name is Johnny. He also tunes my pianos. This coffee table was actually one of the crates that stuff was shipped in. We just loved the way it looked, so we painted over it and used it as a really good coffee table. It's beautiful. Everything's open here. Even the kitchen opens right up to the pool. You cook some food here, serve it on this beautiful table. This is some of the produce that we do grow here on the property. We have some papayas, a lot of pineapples grow here, and some oranges, and we have 1,000 bananas. I pulled all these up out of the tree today for you guys. We'll make some banana bread later. And we also have our own 𝗕𝗄𝗃 ashtrays, if you want to smoke a little ganja. We grow that here too, so. We just became legal in Jamaica like in the last 5 years. Did you guys know that? It was illegal for forever.
So he's very much so into farming. And if you were about to buy a, vacation home or build a vacation home in Jamaica, is that what you want to do in Jamaica? And I mean, he's got thousands of banana trees and many, many plants and, planting ganja and all the good stuff. So it's his thing, right? And it's no right or wrong way of doing it. That's what he gravitates towards, and that's what he has. And I'm going to show you an alternative that is very different.
But mushrooms have always been legal in Jamaica. It's a thing here. This is my living room. It's a beautiful piece here by 𝗕𝗄𝗃𝗍𝗃. We have some of his sculptures in the property, a Mexican sculptor. What I love about this property is the poured concrete. This is something no one's really done in the Caribbean, and it took us a long time to get it right, but it was really worth it. I love Brazilian architecture. Really, the brutalist look is what I loved about this place.
So brutalist look, the Brazilian architecture, and he mentioned it's this type of architecture is not even common in Jamaica. So he's kind of pioneering this and bringing it in, which blends very well in nature. The architecture doesn't really care as far as, which country you're in. This look of concrete, wood, and greenery works every day in any climate and that looks like this. But again, it's just not really Jamaican.
Big shout out to my architects, 𝗲𝗏. They're based in New York. They did an amazing job with us. When you walk in, you get to see this beautiful landscape. Right there is the Caribbean Sea. If you look on a clear day, you can see Cuba. You can entertain here. My children like to come here and play on the piano when they get in. And when it's really hot, we jump off this balcony into the pool. Come on. Do a little backflip for you guys.
That was pretty cool.
I didn't die. Oh, I forgot my phone's in my pocket.
Oh, no.
I'm joking. This is a sculpture of a breadfruit. If you're Jamaican, you know what that is. It's like a staple of the food here. It's by Veronica Ryan. I'm one of the only people to own one of these pieces. It was commissioned for the English government. She has a bunch of sculptures all around the National Museum there. And she's an amazing Caribbean sculptor. It's made out of bronze, a giant breadfruit. All right, here we are. This is my bedroom, the primary bedroom. It's hot in Jamaica. It's really hot. In the summer times, it's like over 100 degrees. Even in the winter times, you're like 70, 80 degrees. So we like to open up all the windows. We made sure we could do that when we built this house. So there's always a breeze coming through here. We have AC, of course, but it's nice to just have a breeze all the way through the house. You have this beautiful view. Over here is the Blue Lagoon. You can see it. That's the Blue Lagoon. It's my favorite place.
Okay. First of all, he got the indoor-outdoor flow completely right. That's what you want in the tropicals. All the doors open up to the outdoors at different levels. Very beautiful. But let's talk about the views. Okay. What you need to know is that the jungle view is free. What do I mean by that? When you're in a tropical island, any house will have a jungle view. Now, if you're a tourist or first time going to Jamaica and you're really impressed by the jungle view, great. I'm not going to ruin it for you. But you shouldn't overpay for the jungle view because every house will have that jungle view. Now, jungle views could be better if there's a waterfall, if there's some unique trees, but to pay a premium for a jungle view it would be idiotic. The only differentiating factor is the ocean over here. And as you can see, the ocean maybe takes 30% of the view. It's distant. It's not really that close to the view. And for that reason, I can't rate this view anything more than a 5 or a 6. It's panoramic. It's got 180-degree view, which is really good. But it doesn't have that bang for the buck of the ocean where it really hits you strong. It's a little bit too far for me. And I like the mixture of jungle and the ocean view, especially if it's positioned in a corner. And you should also know that this property is positioned southwest. So you're going to get a lot of natural light coming. Not that you really need that in Jamaica because you're closer to the equator, but I thought you should know.
It's to go swimming and just to visit. If you come to Jamaica, you must go to Blue Lagoon.
So the Blue Lagoon is actually pretty close to where the movie set house for the 007 movie that we're going to review today. So Portland is kind of a lot of expats live there, and it's a pretty safe area of Jamaica. That's a good comparison right there.
It's a natural spring water that just bubbles up from the depths of Jamaica, and it's a beautiful place to party and swim, and they have some free diving contests there as well, so it's famous for that. Okay. One of my favorite places in this house is this primary bedroom. I love these headboards. They were made by my carpenter named Bill, who, with us, we designed all of the furniture in here. The bed was made by him. And this is a piece of wood we got from California that he shaped. It looks amazing. This is a nice Italian typewriter. Our first guest did write an amazing message, and we have it saved. It says, "I want to be the best at everything." We have our own letterhead, though. Isn't that beautiful? Look at the attention to detail. If you come here and you want to write a letter back to your mother or whatever, you have a whole notepad from Pompeii. Very nice. This property is actually called Pompeii. I didn't make that name up. When I bought the deed, it was called Pompeii, but spelled incorrectly, Pompeey. So we got some of these big giant vases from the actual Pompeii in Italy that were covered by centuries of ash. So we found them and we restored them. This one had like weird stuff inside, bones and stuff. Got the bathroom here with the nice Japanese toilet, very expensive. It's probably too dark for you guys, but anyway, it moves like that. Look at that, all automatic, heated seats. Sauna, infrared. The main shower and the cold plunge, so you go back and forth, do sauna and cold. This is 36 degrees, keep it very icy.
So I have a cold plunge. I did it right before shooting this video. 36 is cold. I like it at like 40, 45, but I love the fact that he's designated all this wellness thing into this property. I'm sure he, definitely is in the party scene and DJs, so he's very exposed to it. And he's made this house kind of his sanctuary where he comes and cleanses and, sauna and takes care of himself mentally and physically. So it's cool. I love all this stuff. I'm such a sucker for them.
As you come into the main part of the bathroom, we have the hibiscus, which is everywhere in Jamaica. You have hibiscus that makes great tea. I love these chairs. I'm a big chair guy. They're more an accent for this beautiful bathroom. Very nice collectibles. When I'm in here, I definitely use this spa more than any room because I love to take time for myself and my guests. When you invite somebody over, you do the sauna, you do the cold plunge, you jump in the bath there. The gym is down the bottom floor, so that's 5 floors down. So you do get a lot of exercise. We have some vintage equipment. We have a climbing wall, which is very rare for a home gym. And there's 2 floors. The first floor is for our weights and our stretching area, and upstairs is our cardio equipment. And
this is really rare for any gym, but a gym in Jamaica, it's super, super rare. So very cool feature. Again, he's going very heavy on wellness and, he's, very committed to taking care of himself. Very cool. I like it a lot.
Love to just use this room and just relax. This is the library. Come on. And it's a real library full of 1,000 books, records. It's very important to know your neighbors and have neighbors and be part of a community. And if you move to this part of Jamaica, you're probably an eclectic person, or you love nature, you love to swim, or you love reggae music. And my neighbor, she wanted to move back to Belgium. She was a big reggae fan, and all these are her records. Amazing stuff. These are some of the best unplayed reggae and Afrobeat records I've ever found. when I designed this room, I really told my architects, like, I need a library. And I want it to be 2 floors. I want it to look like something from Harry Potter, where you can go upstairs and get lost in the books, get lost in the records, get lost in some of the old magazines. So we made it like that. You can get up here on the mezzanine as you look at the beautiful jungle beside you. I want people to come here and be inspired, find things they've never seen before, read things they've never read before. You can come to this room and not have no idea what you're doing, but just find a book, pick a page, find a passage that you like, and be inspired. That's what's amazing about this place. And it's analog, you know? I love that about this room.
Beautiful library, beautifully executed. I love the double ceiling. Well done, very well done. It makes it this sophisticated, artistic, unique property where it caters towards himself. I always say to my clients when they're selling their house, they're like, who would be the ideal buyer? I say you would be the ideal buyer for the house because, you know, you've catered this house, you've liked this house. So most likely the person who's going to buy it from you is also going to have very similar characteristic needs and wants and even profession as you. And this house is totally catered for someone who is an artist, singer, musician, and it's the perfect house for that type of character.
Follow me to the cannon. I want to show you something special. When we were first constructing this property, excavating, we found this old cannon from the British Empire. So we just dug it up and positioned it right here. There's a real cannon right here. Not many people have one of these. Let's go check out the studio. This is the part that pays for the whole house. This is where the music is made, the magic is made. This is the live room of 𝗕𝗄𝗃 Studios. We only opened up a couple months ago, so I'm mostly in the mixing room, mixing as a producer, but I've played some piano on a couple records. We've had a couple guys here recording. One big Jamaican artist, Chronix, was here. He's also a neighbor of mine. This is actually my first proper music studio. I've always been a bedroom producer. I've always had a studio in one of my rooms in my house. So to build a fully functioning studio was a very big deal for me. I wanted it to be something that anybody could be comfortable in, whether you're a band, you're a pop star, you're doing a soundtrack. But it definitely harkens to the 70s. It's got that vibe with all our accessories and double pane glass. Some of the last people to record here, we have some of their notes. If you can see it, I don't know if you can see it with the camera. Song ideas and some lyrics. I might track a couple things in here because I've watched a couple of your AD open doors and I tell you the music is atrocious. But I'm gonna do some songs for you guys so we can hear how I want it to be. So let's see.
So he's so talented, and for that reason, I didn't take the music off. It's probably going to get demonetized, but I really thought this episode, the music really, really made it, so I didn't take it out. But yeah, it's the way he's kind of all these mixes he's put on the background music. It gives the Jamaican vibe, but don't get fooled by that. As cool as it sounds and everything, the house itself is not Jamaican. But, when you put the song next to it, you feel like, oh, I'm getting Jamaican vibe. No. This, architecturally speaking, is not Jamaican whatsoever. You won't find any house like that in the history of Jamaica over the past, 100, 200 years. If anything, you would see elements of colonialism, the older, British buildings and such buildings, but not like this. So don't get fooled by that.
The rest of the studio, we have the live room, we have the mixing room, and we have one of the best lounges I've ever seen in a studio. So I'll show you guys that right now. Here we're at the lounge of the studio. This is a great place to decompress and relax between takes and making music. We got a ping pong table. You could tell a good musician if they're good at ping pong because every studio has ping pong.
Such an amazing space, double height ceiling. Again, he didn't go out for the maximizing the square footage and trying to max it out. He gave great volumes. Like this is the second room beside the library's double height ceilings. You get a lot of natural light coming, well executed, very cool. The decor works completely, very natural, bohemian, earthy elements in here. It works.
Or they've been to jail because they're good at ping pong too, but Justin Bieber is really good at ping pong because he's in the studio a lot. And like the rest of the house, this is also open to the environment. You could be recording and then a cow or goat will walk by and just add to your palette of inspiration. This is polycade, so every video game in the world of all time is inside this box right here. I'll put it here just if I work with somebody and they have like a problem with me and we have like a decision to make. I challenge them to a game of Mortal Kombat or Street Fighter or Mike Tyson's Punch-Out. Or Ninja Turtles and Simpsons is a good way to beat team building because you play 4 players. I'm the best at all these games. I beat anybody in these games. I lost. We have a really cool bedroom down here, the secret bedroom, because this is one of my first studios I've ever built, because I'm a bedroom studio guy. And we actually recreated a bedroom studio underneath the studio. All right, guys, I've shown you everything. The farm, the house, the studio.
Okay, so beautiful property, very well done. It has its flaws. It's a hillside property, but again, you really got to rate the property with the 50 acre or 64 acres of land it has, multiple structures. It's a compound, and architecturally, I would say it's very beautiful. The indoor-outdoor flow was really good. The volume of certain rooms was fantastic. It utilized, the views the best it could, south-facing or southwest-facing. Overall, fantastic property, pretty close to the water. But now, let me show you something. Let's look at this property now. Now, this is not a real property because it was a movie set, but what I can say is that you could definitely find oceanfront properties in Jamaica, and that would be the alternative. You will miss the land that you have over there, but what you get is that turquoise water, sand on the beach, 2 very different properties, but 2 options for you to take a look at. Now, let's take a deeper look at these properties and pay attention to how much more Jamaican this property is. It fits in architecturally with the country it's located in.
When we see Bond in his house in Jamaica some 30 minutes into the film, he is seemingly enjoying retirement. For these scenes, production designer Mark Tilsley and set decorator Veronique Mellery designed quite a unique Caribbean home for Bond. Able to open to each side and drenched in sunlight, the house looks out onto the lagoon. With its wooden louvred windows, hand-woven fabrics, and traditional rugs, the interior feels welcoming and cozy. The material palette reflects the warmth of the location and features a mix of traditional objects and furniture coming from different parts of the world. It is a natural, tropical place, very subdued and elegant.
All right. Do you see how architecturally different this property is than to the other one? I've never been to Jamaica, but when I envision Jamaica, this is what I think. And it's a little bit odd to me to go to Jamaica and have a kind of a Brazilian architectural experience or a modern house that you could see somewhere else. If I wanted to build a vacation home for myself in Jamaica, I wouldn't have gone really the Diplo route. I wouldn't have cared to have a farm in Jamaica in the valley with partial ocean view. What I would have preferred is a much smaller lot, let's say half an acre or an acre lot, but on the beach, on the sand, with possibly a harbor where you could have a sailing boat or a motorboat where you could really enjoy the sea, the turquoise water and everything. And for that reason, I really, really love this house. Okay, so you can see it's about half an acre lot with multiple compounds and structures on it. It's on the sand, locally made, local materials, Jamaican architecture, and you're literally on the water, and it has a pier. You can park your sailboat over there. And I understand you're sacrificing the 50 extra acres that his property has, and if that's your thing, maybe that's what you want. But for me, I would want to go to Jamaica for the beach. Okay, which one would you have? Tell me in the comments which one you would prefer, a farm in Jamaica like Diplo's house, or would you rather have James Bond's house on the water? Now, if you like this video, you will probably like this video where it has the most amount of views on my channel. Thanks for watching and subscribing to my channel. I'll see you guys in the comment section. Take care.